Good morning, dear students. Welcome back again with the new lesson of current, electricity, and magnetism. We all know that flow of electrons in an electric conductor is called as electric current. A large current flows when lightning takes place from the cloud to the ground. Sensation is felt by us due to small current flowing in the brain. For example, electric bulbs, equipments in house, electric cell, radio, etc. Liquid flows from higher level to lower level, that everyone knows it. Heat flows from a higher body temperature to a lower body temperature. Positive charge flows from higher electric level to lower electric level. Therefore, electric level decides the direction of the flow of electric charge, called as electrostatic potential. The difference between the potential of 2 points is called as potential difference. The electric charge flowing through a wire in second in 1 second can be called as unit current. The SI unit of electric current is coulomb per second. 1 ampere equals to 1 coulomb per second. We call it as 1 C per second, which is nothing but called as electric current. Therefore, we say that electric current is scalar. Scalar means independent of direction. Depends only on the magnitude. Now, electric cell. A source is required to produce a uniform flow of charges in circuit. Such a device is called as electric cell. The main function of the electric cell is to maintain a constant potential difference between the two terminals. Dry cell. Now, what is dry cell and how it works? The inner layer of dry cell is made up of zinc metal, which is negative terminal. There is one more layer inside it. Electrolyte is filled between these two layers. It contains positive and negative charge ions made up of zinc chloride ZnCl2 and ammonium chloride NH4Cl. The diagram will make you understand very much clearly how the reaction takes place. There is a graphite rod at the center. You can see a graphite rod. This is positive terminal of the cell. The paste of manganese dioxide MnO2 is filled outside the rod. Here is black color. You can see it as a manganese dioxide MnO2. You can see a manganese dioxide filled outside the rod. Because of the chemical reaction of all these chemicals, electric charge is produced on the two terminals, graphite rod and zinc layer, and electric current flows. So chemical reaction takes place and the current flows between the positive terminal and the negative terminal. Lead acid cell. Another type of cell. You can see a solution containing sulfuric acid. Two terminals are there, lead oxide and lead is there, and between voltmeter potential difference of 2 volt is there. How it works out, let's see. It contains lead electrode and lead oxide electrode, and both are dipped in sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. Lead oxide carries positive charge, PbO2, positive terminal, and lead carries negative charge. This is Pb, negative charge. A potential difference between the two is nearly 2 volt. Because of the chemical reaction between the substance in the cell, the electric charge is being produced on both the electrodes and electric current flows through the bulb. There is an electric reaction between these two electrodes, PbO2 and PbO, and as a result of which potential difference is created and the bulb starts glowing. Now use of this. It is used in car, truck, motorcycle, uninterrupted power supply. We call it as UPS. Now nickel cadmium cell, another type of cell. We know that many of the electrical gadgets has to be carried out, and therefore cell is required, which is easily movable. Nowadays, the gadgets are required to be carried at different places. Need nickel cadmium cell, which deliver 1.2 potential difference and are rechargeable. The diagram gives clear indication about the electric circuit. Connection of electric components like cell holder, then electric bulb, plug key, connecting wires, these are connecting wires, dry cell is called as electric circuit. At home, instead of cell, electricity supply is being made from outside. Now connecting cells. In series connection, positive terminal of one of the cell is connected to the negative terminal of the second cell, and positive terminal of the second cell is connected to the negative terminal of the third cell, and so on. And thus we get 3 potential difference if each cell carries 1 potential difference. Now, how magnetic field and electric current are related with each other? Magnetic field is created when electric current flows in the wire. Was first observed by Hans Christian Ørsted. He was the first person who has identified the relationship between electricity and magnetic field. Wherever electric current is there, the magnetic field is being produced. With the help of that, we have made electromagnet. What is electromagnet now? When electric current flows in the wire, magnetism is produced in the coil around a screw. Because of that, screw attains magnetism. So here wire is coiled around it. As soon as potential difference is applied, this iron acts as a magnet and it attracts the pins. As soon as circuit breaks up, current stops flowing, it is demagnetized. As soon as the current is stopped, the magnetism vanishes. The system of coil and screw is called as electromagnet. Now based on this, one more appliance is there, that is called electric bell. The copper wire is wound around the iron grease. This coil acts as an electromagnet, which will explain with the help of the diagram. An iron strip along with a striker is fitted near the electromagnet. You can see here iron strip with the electromagnet. The contact is in touch with the strip. The electric circuit is connected. You can see the electric circuit here, wires are connected. The striker hits the gong and sound is created. The striker is hitting the gong and we can hear the sound. However, at the same time, the contact screw loses the contact. Here contact screw is there. That contact screw breaks, circuit breaks, no more current pass and it is demagnetized. The electromagnet loses its magnetism and then iron stops moving back. So here now it stops moving back and again what happens? No more ringing. But as soon as it comes back, again the contact is formed and again electric current starts flowing and the striker hits the gong and we can hear the sound. The electric current is then immediately restored again. The striker hits the gong by the above process. This action repeats itself and the bell rings, and thus the electric bell is continuously working. Here we have covered up the lesson of this, each and every topic of this. Any doubt personally can be asked through messages. Have a great day.